Hi, and welcome to Accessible Ashtanga. Today we're going to work through our Sun A's and different variations that we can make them a little bit more passive for our practice. This could aid for those of us who are new to Ashtanga, new to the practice of yoga in general. This is great for those who have mobility issues, may have a hard time getting up off the mat, those who are dealing with injury recovery, and also those who just need a more passive approach to their practice for that day. So, make sure you have any props you may need. You may want a blanket, some blocks, and a chair. Those are the props that I'm going to be incorporating into this class. So make sure they're readily available, and let's get started. So we're going to do a seated Sun A, which is a really nice way to do your sun salute to greet the day, but keep everything nice and low and to the floor. And to do this, we start in our easy seat. Make sure we find a nice comfortable seat, taking any props that we may need. If we're comfortable on the floor, this is great. If you want to incorporate some height, bring your blanket over, allow your hips to be up so that you have that little natural pre-tilt in the pelvic. Allow yourself to get nice and grounded. Hands at heart center. This is your Tadasana and your easy seat. Nice deep breath in. Deep breath out. To move in our easy upward salute, we just inhale, bring the arms up high, bring the gaze slightly up, get a nice full body stretch here. On the exhale, we extend the legs out the staff. Keep the knees bent if you are a little tender. We inhale, get that length. Exhale, hinge into our forward fold, only going as far as we can keep the spine nice and straight. On the inhale, we halfway lift. Exhale, pull the knees into the chest, round the back into a cow. Inhale, pull the chest forward, the cat. Exhale, extend those legs into your neutral spine. Inhaling those arms up. Exhale, taking that hinge and fold. Inhaling, nice halfway lift. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, bringing those arms back up. Bring those legs into your easy seat for your upward salute. And exhale into your Tadasana. We'll do this one more time. Take a nice deep inhale. Letting it go. Inhale, rise up to the upward salute. Exhale, extend those legs, get that pre-tilt in the pelvic. Take a nice breath here. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, bring those knees into the chest as you round the spine. Inhale, pull the chest forward, taking that seated cat. Exhale, extend those legs. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, a little bit of space. Exhale, fold it down. On the inhale, we bring those arms up as we bring those feet back to our easy seat. And exhale down into our Tadasana. In our practice, we can do this for the first round, or we can do it for all 5 rounds. Whenever we take our Ashtanga practice, we want to make sure that we're doing what we feel the body needs and not necessarily what everyone around us is doing. And as I say that, we move into our next portion of the Sun A's by incorporating the chair. For this practice, you can grab any chair that feels good for you. I just have a nice cushy office chair. You can do a folding chair, a stool, anything that gives you a little bit of back support and a comfortable seat to be on. So we find ourselves in our chair into our seated Tadasana. We want to make sure that we have those ankles underneath the knees. So play with your alignment a little bit. Hands come in the heart center. If you have rest, you can rest those shoulders down. Reach through the crown of the head, nice neutral spine. In our seated Tadasana, we take a deep inhale through the nose. Letting it out. On the next breath, we rise to our seated upward salute. Triceps by the ears, gazes forward, where we reach those arms up. Exhale, hinge, find your fold. We compress against the thighs, bringing the hands towards the feet. Let the shoulders, neck, and head be relaxed. When we're ready for the next inhale, we come to our halfway lift. So we use the breath and the chest to lift up slightly, getting a little bit of space. And exhale, compress down even further. We're going to be moving into our seated cat. So we inhale, pull the body up, rounding that spine, finding that cow. Inhale, push the chest forward, gaze is slightly up, getting that cat. We're moving into that fold again. So we inhale the spine to the neutral, arms up nice and high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we take a nice halfway lift. Exhaling, folding it down. Inhale with strength, we rise it back up. And exhale into our seated Tadasana. And that is our seated chair, Sun A. So when we use our chair as we stand, we want to make sure that we have something nice and sturdy to help support our weight. We also want the majority of the chair facing towards us so that we have the arms to ground down onto. And we want to start by being a really good distance away from the chair. So the way to check is to start that hinge forward, reaching the body out. We want to find that distance where we can keep a soft bend in the legs, that spine nice and straight. This will be our variation for down dog. So let's find a really good Tadasana. We want the feet underneath the hips, knees stacked over those ankles, lifted and slightly engaged, as well as the thighs. Shoulders are down and back, palms are forward. Gaze is neutral. You have a slight pinch in those shoulder blades. And press the weight through each foot equally. Nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. We're moving into our standing upward salute. So we inhale, bring those triceps up. Reach through those fingertips. Keep a soft bend in those elbows. As we exhale, push the hips back. Swan dive it down. Bring those fingertips towards the toes. Let the chest, neck, and head be heavy. And if we want to, we can bend those knees to let the chest rest against the thighs as we incorporate that fold, and eventually working on straightening those legs. On our inhale, we halfway lift, nice flat back, hands to come to the shin, or you can bring those hands to the chair. Exhale, fold it down. We're moving into our cat-cow variation. So we bring the hands to the chair, pull the body forward, find that plank, push the pelvic roll to the toes, chest coats up to the sky with the gaze. Nice deep inhale as we take that motion. Another breath here. As we exhale, we round the back, push the hips back, planting those heels, coming into our down dog variation. So I'm pushing those hips back, keeping those knees engaged as I keep them stacked over the ankles, allowing my ears to nestle between the triceps, getting a good bend in the hip. When we inhale, we halfway lift, bring the hands to the edge of the chair or to our thighs, and exhale, fold it down. On your next inhale, you're going to rise it all the way up to that upward salute. And exhale down into your Tadasana. Let's do that one more time. We inhale, rise. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, lift the chest, bring the hands to the chair. As we bring the body forward, rolling onto the toes. Inhale, chest and gaze up to the sky. Exhale, push those hips back, start to round. Lengthening through that spine when those hips are now over the ankles. Inhale, halfway lift, slide those hands back. Exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale into our Tadasana. We're going to do one more version of our Sun A, utilizing a different type of flow within the sequence. For this variation of my Sun A, I have my blocks at 10 and 2. They're going to be my support for the forward folds and halfway lifts. So I want to line myself up behind the blocks a little bit. Again, finding that nice, strong Tadasana. Thighs lifted and engaged, palms are forward, slight pinch in those shoulder blades. Nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. When we inhale, we rise high to the upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. This time I'm keeping my hands to the block as I work on straightening those legs without blocking that knee joint. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, fingertips to blocks. Exhale, folding it down a little bit further. When I inhale, I plant the hands by the hand, bend the knees, step it back to plank. Start to line up my shoulders over the wrists, feet are back. Engage the core and the glutes. When we exhale, we lower down to knees, chest and chin. Inhale, inch forward as you lift the torso slightly. Feet are pressed against the ground, shoulders and elbows are pushing back. When we're ready to move to our down dog, we take an inhale, tuck those toes, lift back on those knees, and then exhale, push it back up. And if our knees and our legs are tight, we always want to keep a bend working, bringing those hips higher. When we're ready to come to the top of the mat, we come high on those toes, bend those knees, gazes forward. You take a step, you take a hop, wherever we want to end in our forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it down. When we rise, we inhale up to our upward salute. Use the chest and the neck and the head to rise yourself up. And then exhale, draw it down to Tadasana. We'll take one more variation of that. And we inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. This time my hands are going all the way to the background as I bend those knees. Inhale, hands come to the blocks, halfway lift. Exhale, folding it down. Inhale, plant those hands, step it back to your high plank. Take your breath to sit up. This time we exhale, lower down in chaturanga, elbows into those rib cage. Lower everything down, drop the pelvic, the knees, and tuck the toes. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest up to your cobra. Nice breath here. When you're ready for the down dog, you inhale, tuck the toes, lift up on those knees. Exhale, push it up and back. Taking whatever variation you want with the legs. If the hips are tight, we can bring our feet a little bit wider as we start to work those heels towards the mat. When you're ready to come to the front, you come high on those toes, bend those knees, gazes forward. Nice little step or a hop. Ending in your forward fold, really release out. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, we rise all the way up. Neck is nice neutral. Soft bend in those elbows and legs. Exhale down to your Tadasana. Take a nice breath here. We're going to do one more variation, which is my fullest expression of a Sun A. Some people have it a little bit different, and that's all right. Whatever your easy is not what my easy is, and whatever my heart is not what your heart is. And part of the practice is learning where that line exists and how we can work on it, finding new easies, new hards, whole new ways of expressing our poses. So let's work on a nice, strong Tadasana. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, rise up high, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Soft bend in those knees. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, planting those hands, stepping it back to high plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, flip those toes, engage the thighs, lifting up to up dog. Exhale, tucking those toes, pushing those hips up and back in down dog. When we find our down dog in any variation of our Sun A's, we take 5 breaths here. Really start to open up the back, push through the heels of the hands, working those heels closer to the ground. This is always a great time in your practice to even pedal out the feet. Start to wake up the backs of the legs, engaging and working those muscles. And when you're ready to come to the top, you come high on those toes, bend those knees, gaze forward, little step or a nice slight hop. Exhaling into the forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, folding it down. Inhale, rising all the way up. And exhale into the Tadasana. So next we'll be moving on to the sun bees and playing with different variations for that. Thank you so much for staying through this video as we play through the different variations of sun A. Any questions, any comments, leave them below. And don't forget to check out the merch shop. Bye!